Hello, citizens of YouTube. This is the Geeky Nerd here, and today we're going to be talking about the Lingle Stribog Scorpion Lower. Whew, I know, it's a mouthful, it's a lot of things going on, but we'll get into it and discuss here in this video why it has all those different names. So before we get too deep into it, I'd like to send a big thank you out to everyone who has liked, commented, and subscribed on previous videos. I always appreciate it and always enjoy talking to you guys. And if you're new here to the channel, welcome. If you like this video and like this type of content we have here to offer, please consider liking, commenting, and or subscribing. So with the PR out the way, let's get into it. The Lingle, this happens to be the Lingle Industries Stribog Lower, aluminum, whatever you prefer, lower. Now, this was shipped directly to my house. Probably saying, wow, geek, how is that even possible? That's because the European manufacturing of guns, they serialize everything. The lower, the upper, the bolt, the barrel, the whole 9 yards. And being that this extruded aluminum housing holds the action of the firearm, and it is serialized, you're able to get different lowers for these. Just the European way of things, being that this is made in Slovakia, just how they do things over there. So thank you, Slovakia, for doing that. Now, why would you need another lower for your Stribog? So the Stribog has had a bit of a mixed issue when it comes to magazines. Their newest generation, their Gen 3s, which is shipping with their new flat triggers and all the fun stuff, the ones with the steel feed lips with the black followers, just don't have them on here at the table to show you. I have only with Scorpion mags. But they have had feeding issues, reliability issues. Some of the clearer ones have been known to crack. They kind of have their whole host, but then they're not hitting everybody. So, pick and choose your battles, whatever you like. I think they look kind of cool. They give sort of a UMP 45 sort of look, which I like, but they do have a few issues with it, or operating with the gun. And being that, kind of segueing here, being that the Scorpion magazines have become ever so prevalent, the companies have started to adapt lowers for this Stribog, being that it is a popular 9mm PCC, because the competition is like your B&T, which is, you're looking at like $2,000, your MP5, you're looking at, close to $3,000, depending on what variation you get, higher or lower. And then you have a Scorpion, which is about, you're looking at about $1,000, but this is the SP9A3, which is the roller delay blowback. So kind of discounting the Scorpion from that list, since it's a direct blowback. I know it is a PCC, but regardless, staying in roller delay blowbacks, this definitely has the best bang for the buck out of all the groups that you can get. So kind of going back here, follow my train of thought. The prevalence of the Scorpion magazines, their reliability, their availability, and their price, mainly price, have lended themselves to being adapted for a lot of different guns, one of which is this Lingle lower. Now, you can run the other ones, but I'm going this route because the cost. Again, a Scorpion magazine you can pick up for like $18, as opposed to the Stribog ones, which are I think around $40. P mags, you can get some of these like P mag M3s for like $15. So you can really pick and choose your poison there. So just a little food for thought, but I'm going this route. Also with this, I know I have my Ultimate AR build, which if you're new to the channel here, check that out. But I'm looking to make this the Ultimate PCC build. For the Ultimate AR, I'm saving up the dollars. Still got the day job. YouTube isn't paying any type of bills here, so still need to penny pinch and save up for that beautiful piece that's going to go right in this general vicinity of the Ultimate AR. So I'm looking to do an Ultimate PCC, and one of my reasons, beyond reliability and beyond price of the magazines, the third thing was I really prefer all steel guns. Nothing wrong with polymer, but especially when it comes to the lower, I'd much rather prefer aluminum. Again, pick your poison. But with that being said, I feel like it's more durable. It'll last a bit longer. Now, some of the accessories are fine, but like the core root of the gun, I prefer being aluminum. So it's just me. But let's talk about the Lingle in specifics. So starting from butt to tip, verse of Papa Gran there. This does utilize the Stribog existing takedown pins. Now, these aren't bad. They do kind of free float a bit. So take that for what you will. They do, in lead we trust, they make HK style push pins. I might be getting those to where instead of having the spring here captured, they're actually captured via push pin in the front. I may do that just because why not? But nothing wrong with the existing ones. They are fine. They are captured. They definitely, as you can see there, have a little bit of wobble, but once you're made it to the gun, it's fine. Oh, one thing. The talking about Lingle and all of everything, the fit and finish of these is fantastic. The mating between these two is one of the tightest junctions I have ever seen. Like, as far as like upper and lower, you talk about like ARs that have slop, or you talk about things that are like built like a Swiss watch together. No. This fits in here like 1/1000th of a tolerance. Like just the tiniest whiff of a human hair can barely fit between these two. It's a pain in the butt getting these together. Definitely a downside if you have to clean it, but as far as mating surface, I'd much rather have it be tighter than loose as a goose. So that fit and finish part, when these things made it up, oh my gosh, fantastic. Looking back here, you can't see it doesn't have a safety. That's coming in the mail. Moving on a bit down, it is very thick. It is very beefy, built like a brick outhouse, as they say. Looking down here, it does take a standard AR grip. Again, waiting on that to come in. I'll update you guys on the videos. So you have that availability. So instead of the standard Stribog, to where it just has the one size fits all, you can put any kind of your custom grip here, which is nice to have. Standard AR safety as well, which is nice if you have your Geisley dog legs or Arma specs or whatever. You can put those in there and get your favorite config going on. Looking on down, you can see here we do have the trigger pack. Now, this does accept most, quote, most AR triggers. Drop-ins are obviously going to be the best, just for this kind of configuration, this kind of setup. Now, I believe they are 0.154 thousandths of an inch as far as the spacing between the two. And that is to keep in line with the existing Stribog magazine trigger pack. Now, you can't reuse the existing Stribog ones. I mean, you can, but, it's a lot of fiddling. But for the trigger packs, you got to make sure it's within those specs. Now, if you go on their site, which I'll link it in the description, you can see their recommended ones. I happen to go with the CMC single stage PCC flat trigger. This one worked best. I have no grudges against CMC. I'm more of a Geisley man myself, but CMC definitely makes some fantastic triggers, and I'll do a whole review on this trigger here coming up. It's fantastic. Went with the PCC in particular just because it has a smaller trigger phase, but any of them should work regardless. Moving on down, does have a large trigger housing. Does have a steel trigger guard, which is nice. It does have this, includes the Strike Industries Scorpion magazine release, which is fairly nice. You can operate it via your index finger, your thumb, or just like the HK style, which grab a Scorpion magazine here. So you can just, grip it and pull it, which I like just being able to do, which doing this for a viewfinder, pretty nice. So definitely pretty nice. Again, you can see it's a tight fit. I did also purchase the HBI Industries extended magazine. I'm sorry, guys. Keep messing up here. Extended bolt release. Gosh. Long night. Extended bolt release. Now, you don't have to purchase this. You can use your existing one. The reason why they say to do that is because these natively will work with your standard PMags. But if you want it to be used with your Scorpion magazines or your Manticore Arms magazines, then you're going to want this HBI Industries. The reason for that is just the dimensions. It is more cut out in these areas to allow the magazine to fit and to push up. Flipping this up here, you can see that there is a little tab here that pushes up on the follower. Now, that is to interface with the Scorpion magazines. Scorpion magazines, they have a little tab, a little lip here on the back. When you insert the magazine, you can see there, it pushes up on that tab, basically riding on the back there. That allows your bolt release to basically go up and lock your bolt back. You drop it down, obviously it goes back down. So that's generally how they get around that. It is a thick piece of nylon. No issues there currently. Now, one thing I will add is when I did originally get this, first of all, Lingle Industries, talk about responsiveness. They got it in oodles. Lucas Lingle, which fantastic name. I contacted them, said, hey, these my Scorpion magazines and my Manticore Arms magazines are working fine, but the PMags aren't locking the bolt back, or aren't engaging the bolt release here. And they said, oh, sorry about that. We realized after we shipped them out that the dimensions on this were actually smaller, and I'm not sure if you can see here, but lining up rear to rear, you can see that the one that they shipped me new is just a bit longer, and it actually wasn't, it was actually falling behind and not, it was going right behind here, not actually going all the way to engage on there. So contacted them at, I believe it was around 10 o'clock at night. 8 o'clock the next morning, contacted me, told me everything, and said that they're going to ship something out. By 4 o'clock that day, it was shipped out. By next morning, around 4 o'clock when the mail came, I had this new one sitting in my mailbox. So they were willing to make it right, not a problem at all, and next day delivery, it was magic. So fantastic to Lingle. Lucas, president at Lingle, awesome guy. So good in my book, good customer service. So looking more here, you can see it does have just a bit of a flared magazine roll, definitely nothing too crazy. Other side, again, pretty much similar. I'm going to move all this out the way here. And you see how the general installation is. So you guys are familiar with standard AR installation. Make sure that little wire is hanging down. That's actually what interfaces with your bolt release. I don't know why I keep having such trouble with that word. Just going to push these in. Push the rear one in. Come on. You guys try doing this through a viewfinder. So one reason, again, I want to show you why that interface is important is that you can see here between the two, if that trigger's too wide or if that hammer's too wide, that it ain't going to fit. If it's too long, it ain't going to fit. It'll actually interface with it incorrectly. So looking here, you can see that when it is mated up, I mean, it's a tight fit. It'd help if the pin was out, wouldn't it? Again, you can kind of hear it. Here, bring it a bit closer here. Okay. Got to get started. So you can see that fit engages rock solid in there. I mean, that's the bolt inside. Drop trigger. There's no play, no movement. You can't see just the tiniest light in there. But it is built solid, man. I mean, they did a banger job when they made this. Talking about that bolt release, you see there, everything works fine, which the Stribog does have a little special in here. I'm not sure if you can hear it. But, and you can probably see up there, but stay tuned for those. So, again, it does work with the PMags. I know it doesn't have a grip, so can't see. Inserts there. I gotta get the magazine all the way inserted. Again, it's hard doing this through a viewfinder, guys. Yeah. Oh. Hold on, guys. 1 second. Jump cut. God dang it. What did I tell you guys? What had happened is that little spring that goes up here to engage the magazine release came through the little slot in there. That's one little flaw I'm going to figure out how I can fix. But regardless, you can see there, does lock the bolt back. When you drop it, it's hard to do. Okay. Bolt there. Can't see. Does engage. drops free. Now, or let me phrase that, it does kind of drop free, but you got to kind of give it like a little, little shimmy, little shake, little dance. Here is the CZ Scorpion. I believe these are Scorpion. Yep, CZ Scorpion magazine. Can't see, a little bit different to insert. These ones definitely have a tighter fit. These ones you do need to strip to get out. Here's your Manticore arms. Locks in nice and tight. Does not drop free. Do need to strip it. So P-Mags are the closest one they're going to get to it. Which, again, the Lingle lower is designed to be used with these P-Mags. It just happens to be, works with the CZ Scorpion and the rest of them. So once you do have the bolt there, again, this is hard for a reason, which if you want to see that reason, check out the other videos coming up here. But that's the lockup on it. I think it looks amazing. It definitely gives some different aesthetics. I know it's a half-finished gun. I do plan on SBRing this and put a stock on there, so that's for later video. But this Lingle lower is the bee's knees. Get on the waiting list. Check them out. Again, really don't know what else to say. I think this is for what you're getting in the Stribog. This lower puts it in leagues above. And given the cost, availability, price of these P-Mags to boot, can't beat it. So it's a win-win-win in my book. So with that, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider liking, commenting, or subscribing. If you have any kind of questions about the Lingle lower, let me know. If you're kind of looking to get one, let me know. Any kind of recommendations. I'm kind of learning it as I go. Again, it's lower. How hard can it be? But yeah, leave it down in the comments. And with that, I hope everyone is having a wonderful, awesome, fantastic day. Thank you, Lucas, again at Lingle Industries, and I'll catch you guys next time. See you guys.